Mr. Puri, if you have to use that bell curve to understand where businesses fit in, the tobacco business, cigarette business comes in the mature curve, but FMCG business, which is a 20,000 crore turnover business, you're in the top three quartile, or in the top quartile now, would you still say it as a young and a high growth business for ITC?
Absolutely. See, in the categories that we are into as of today itself, I said our addressable space is 500,000 crores. And there are more categories that we will be getting into in future. It is also our youngest business. It is also a business with the, where per capita consumptions, penetration levels in many categories of branded produce is limited. There is huge headroom to grow, no doubt about it. And that is what is making us invest and build up for scale in future.
Did you get excited when the stock crossed 400 rupees and made a new high?
Well, it is always nice to hear that because ultimately it makes all stakeholders happy, it makes shareholders happy. But, always we must come back and understand that the role of management, and this is something that it is so irrespective of where the stock price is, the role of the management is to put our heads down, roll up our sleeves, to build competitiveness, think about the business tomorrow and day after, and of course the here and now and today. Make sure we deliver competitively superior value, and we leave the market to determine the valuations. So yes, it feels nice, but the task for us continues to be the same, continues to be building businesses, getting them to the next level of growth and the next level of performance.
But before we wrap, if I say that the sum and summary of our today's interaction is that ITC is now genuinely entering into the high growth phase. Will I be correct?
We will definitely deliver, and that's certainly our aspiration, to deliver industry leading growth and financial metrics and leadership in product quality also. And what we are really doing, what I've narrated to you, is really the building block to create an enterprise, what we call as a future tech, because technology from all dimensions, particularly digital, is going to be very pivotal. An innovative company, inclusive and climate positive company. So I think all the building blocks to succeed are the foundations are there. I would never say that we have done it all because it's a journey. Every time we have to discover the next steps and take the next step. But that's the way we are progressing, and that's what gives us immense hope and optimism.
But sir, you're not answering my question. Are you entering into a growth of high growth? Margin expansion, you already said. All I'm saying is that the growth from last 3 years versus next 3 years, if it's going to be higher, according to your assumptions and narratives, then ITC is entering into a growth phase, high growth phase.
We do not give guidance of that nature, so I will refrain from giving that. Certainly, what we have stated, I will reinforce. Aspiration and objective is to give industry-leading growth, continuously improve our financial metric, be it profitability, be it capital productivity. So that's the way we are moving ahead.
What is a day like in Sanjiv Puri's life? What time does it start? What time does it end?
Well, it starts from home itself, from the morning itself when you are planning the day and gathering some information. So after that, after that piece is done, which is pretty earlier in the day, then from about 9:30 you kind of are into the full agenda of the day. Most of the time, of course, is spent on interacting with various colleagues and or reviews on certain aspects of each business.
You've been a factory
And sometime I kind of, and sometime, of course, one keeps to really absorb and think about the next steps.
You've been a factory manager. You manage large factories. You've done various roles at ITC. How do you miss that role of yours? Because now you are managing a very different kind of role for ITC.
Well, I've enjoyed every role that I've done. I think in every role, there will be challenges, there will be opportunities. You have to, it's the way you look at it. So I've enjoyed every piece of it. Every piece has been a great learning experience. And the great thing in ITC, it gives you a lot of freedom to pursue the new ideas you have, to challenge the status quo. It empowers you, gives you all the tools to be able to do to actualize your potential. So every role has been enjoyable, extremely fulfilling.
If there is a billboard on which you have to write one quote, what will that quote be for Sanjiv Puri?
So I think it's about really having your head down, roll up your sleeve. It's about being hands-on, being continuously looking at opportunities to grow. So it's really, I would say, being always connected to the business.